first turn. It's Pagan. Pagan blew a tire, smashed through the guardrail, and rolled down the 40-foot embankment fence. Yet Pagan is unhurt.
Hey, there's another spin-up. Half a dozen cars skidding toward the lake. And one of them flopped right into the water. Now, how about that? Has it gotten to the point where a race driver has to learn how to swim, too?
To pass, they're in deep trouble. Cale Yarborough's over the wall. He never even touched the guardrail.
Just hit him a moment ago, but now, whoa, trouble's coming off turn number 4.
We've got problems off the 4. Roger Hamby's car, it hits the retaining wall, flips over the retaining wall. It comes down on all 4 wheels. It scatters the spectators who had encroached on the area near the Union 76 car. The front hood area is all crunched in. Roger Hamby still sitting in behind the wheel. He looks all right as he begins to unhinge some of the protective gear, but Roger Hamby, the 17 car, takes a hairy ride up and over the inside retaining wall and comes to rest near some of the spectator areas, but there are no injuries evident at all.
E o gaúcho Janjão Freire tentando pelo menos o segundo lugar na segunda bateria.
Milton, o Paulo César já comete problema de refrigeração no seu carro.
Olha o Janjão, olha o Janjão. Vai bater, bateu. Janjão Freire passou por cima do guarda-reio, como o senhor pode ver. Ele sobrou violentamente quando tentava a ultrapassagem, quando tentava a segunda colocação. Veja aí a repetição do lance. Não conseguiu manter o carro. Acompanhe a derrapagem de Janjão Freire. A batida do guarda-reio. A passagem por cima. A queda de capota do barranco. Eu tenho a impressão que o carro ainda bateu de lado na queda. Embora a gente não possa mais.
Watch the red car on the outside of turn 6 as he makes contact with Pete Halsber's number 68 Porsche, and then the trouble really begins. Headed for the woods at Road America is Jim Mullen. Unbelievable.
Mullen squirts across the verge at about 75 miles an hour, bounces off a tire wall and into a stand of trees. His impact, probably cushioned by the stand of trees, is able to crawl free from his Porsche 962.
And this team, Bob Akins and Jim Mullen, this is the second car they have had badly damaged, if not destroyed, this year. First it was Bob Akin, who was blind.
Coming across there.
Now watch
and
him.
He hits that barrier, just the corner of it, and the car goes up into the air, hits the other concrete wall barrier there, and right in, almost into the spectator area, and you can see
the car going around the turn. First a bump, and then Stan Fox, his car goes up and over the fence. Take a look at this. Fox, who drove in the Indy 500 this year, amazingly walked away from this accident.
Look at this. We have a car over the wall in the entrance to turn 4. A car over the wall. It appears to be Bob Cicconi. Bob Cicconi in a wicked ride over the wall. 59, be off to the right of your screen. No, actually off the left of the screen.
Oh, he went into the thing, got up on the fence. Look like he was just barely going to go, and then he caught the wall.
He caught the catch fence right there and went over.
It's
obviously there was no contact. Something apparently broke, and he pushed right to the fence. Watch again.
The throttle stuck. The throttle stuck on the thing and took him right to the fence. Nobody touched him. The throttle stuck on that thing. The left front brake was locked up, and he just couldn't turn it. It's happened so quick, so instantaneously when that throttle sticks.
Reminder Andy Rouse's car. This is a replay, and that's Keith O'Dore's Nissan. Turns left, he's lost it. He's doing about 120 miles an hour, and he hits the bank. He somersaults. Oh, that is a really big one. And here is a replay from O'Dore's car. Look, he's lost it over the grass and turns right over. You saw blue sky at the bottom of your picture. And
just going into the curves there, following, I think it was Andy. Rear just broke away, and you just got so much momentum and speed going down there, it just wouldn't hold. Just dug in, and that was it.
Seems to be fixed because he's back out there and back amongst the action. What's happened to Grin? Oh, it's John Osborne. John Osborne.
Very serious accident, I'm afraid.
And that is a dreadful accident. Goodness gracious me, there'll be all sorts of problems here. Let's
26 car field even completed the first lap. A spectacular accident between Leo Parente, Jesus Silva, and Steve Cameron brought out a full course yellow. Going into turn 5, Parente and Cameron lock wheels, launching Parente over the tire barrier into the catch fencing. Bodywork and debris flew over the spectator area, but neither Parente nor the fans were hurt. Under caution, the order was Brack.
Marine's 800-kilogram speed car catapulted into the air and leapt over a safety fence during the state championship title race at Speedway Park, Virginia, on Friday night. The spectacular incident saw the car land heavily on its nose, and Irwin was rushed to the Royal Adelaide Hospital's spinal unit, where he was operated on yesterday morning.
Do not have the forgiveness in them that a dirt track does.
Racing Drivers Association President Peter Panagera says driver skill levels are worth looking at.
Take a look at what happened here that's brought out the second caution of the day.
There's Stanley Smith in the middle in the black car. They were running 3 abreast going into that turn, Ken. There's the car number 1 of Rick Mast.
There is one car that has gone over the wall, as you see in that. Roy Allen's car was involved. The Richie Petty car was involved. And there are the remains of the car that went over the wall.
And it did land on its wheels. At first, it looked like it was upside down.
Time a car has ever gone over the wall at Talladega.
And there you see what those cars getting together, and he was being pushed by another car right up into the wall, and it just tumbled right up there. It's a
safety coming off turn 2. David Hutto and George Crenshaw were also involved. The recent heavy rains made the grass a skating rink, and Stacy's car slid all the way to the dirt embankment, flipped over it, and amazingly landed on its wheels in Lake Lloyd. Rescue workers waited for the 29-year-old Enon, Ohio driver to clear the cobwebs before he got out. He was taken to the infield care center and released, and then talked with our Kenny Martin.
Horrified witnesses were certain it was a death roll. At 200 kilometres an hour, a slow-motion replay reveals just how lucky Mason was. The momentum generated by the initial impact ensuring the vehicle doesn't spear into the concrete barrier. His roll caged the crucial difference between life and death.
I locked up and went off, so I didn't do the last 20 minutes.
That gave Menu a pretty good view of Russell Spencer's weekend-ending shunt at Lodge. Thankfully, some minor bruising aside, the marshals and Spence escaped unhurt.
Well, here is that battle once again, and that Porsche obviously blundered the attack by the Mercedes, but... It has gone again.
My God, there it is. It's into the trees.
Right. Unbelievable. That is what we have seen twice already this weekend. Right here, I mean, there's no rise here. It just took off. Right there.
There is a crest of a hill there, Greg. It's very slight, but it's enough.
Oh, indeed.
That is one of the unforgettable images.
Good Lord alive, look at that.
Straight into those trees. In that car? Can you imagine being in that car?
It does.
Welcome back to Le Mans, and that is the shot overhead. That is where the Mercedes ended up.
And as you can see, it indeed cleared the big trees and ended into, landed in a hollow. And it did appear to end up right side up. It rotated quite a bit, of course.